Today on the channel, I use the Force, the power of the Force, Tusken Raider, and Jawa unboxing. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel as we continue our daily Star Wars unboxings with the power of the Force, Tusken Raider, and Jawa. But remember, for all your modern day Star Wars needs, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. So back to the power of the Force for a little unboxing action. We're going to start with the old Tusken Raiders today. Very comical characters. They're the crazy growl and yell. They yell and they shake their sticks up in the air. I remember just busting a gut in the 96, 95, whenever the re-CGI'd versions came out at the theaters, seeing them in the theaters again for the first time, some might say. I remember just laughing just hysterically when they did that little entrance there and they were ready to fight Luke. But Tusken Raiders, very cool army builders. When we think of army builders at Star Wars, we don't usually think of the Tusken Raiders and the Jawas. We think more of the Rebel Troopers or the Stormtroopers, things like that. But these can very easily be army build as well. And I will have another unboxing on the channel with the Bantha and Tusken Raider, and I got some Sand People with that as well. So I'm going to have quite the Tusken Raider army as part of my setup here one of these days. But like I said, army builder, just a different army builder we normally don't think of. And same thing can be said about Jawas as well. So let's take a look like we always do. We'll look at the packaging first, then we'll unbox it, we'll talk about it, we'll see you later, and we'll see you later. So there it is. So there it is, that traditional packaging. We know it, we love it. We got Darth Vader up top, Star Wars, the Power of the Force logo right to the side of his head. Kind of a cool hologram picture card there. I go back and forth. Do I like the green to the card or the orange to the card that we got in Series 1? Currently, I think I like the green better, but I go back and forth. I don't know if you guys do as well, but I sure do. But yeah, there's the Tusken Raider. You got the figure in the package. Very cool, fond memories from this, as probably most of you guys have as well from the packaging of these. All the warnings, UPCs down below, promoting some vehicles, promoting some other figures in the line, promoting the Tusken Raider. Got a little blurb, we'll see what it says. Got the Star Wars logo up top. Let's see what it says about the old Tusken Raiders. Height, 1.9 meters average. Status, a nomad warrior, of course. Classification, humanoid. Have we ever seen the Tusken Raiders without their mask on? Is this a mask? I assume they wear a mask, but what do they look like without it? Have we ever been privy to that? Maybe one day. Affiliation, none. They have no affiliation, just to each other and themselves. Their weapon of choice, the Garfi stick. Garderfifi stick? I don't know. Who names these things? I don't understand how the Gardifi stick gets its name. They didn't mention that in the movie at all. Was it in a book? Who names these things and where do they come up with it? Or is it when the toys come out they say, hey, we got to think of a name. Hasbro, let's start throwing some darts. I don't know how these things are named. It's very interesting. The Force is with you in all the Star Wars figures and vehicles. They got Hammerhead back here. Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, a great one. The Jawas, of course. And two more army builders, the Death Star Gunner and the Sand Trooper. So some cool stuff here. 1996 Hasbro. But you know what we must do now? We got to open them up. I always usually go this side on these. I don't know. There's a method to the madness. See you later. Not really. There's really no method. See you later. All right, the old Tusken Raider in the old plastic prison, locked away to be opened again. There it is. Bam. See you later. All right, let's get down to it. Let's get down to the old brass tacks. I always think these are fine for an army builder and for what this is. These are great. These can blend in with your vintage collection. A lot of other 3 and 3/4 Star Wars figures. They all blend together a little bit. He does come with his poncho. No different than Obi-Wan Kenobi. Very similar process with these. Almost looks like a mummy underneath everything. He's got kind of that wrapping, like a mummy's wrap. Does this one stand? I still need to get Power of the Force and 3 and 3/4 Star Wars stands for their feet. Obviously, the ringside collectible stands do not work for these. I need to find really small ones that I can use for some of these because they're going to get knocked over like crazy. I just know it. So I need some clear, very small stands. I need to find the best, cheapest option. Got to get a deal. You guys know how it is. Here's the old Gandalfini stick. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Comes with that. It's an accessory. I wish we had more two straight hands and we could hold it over our head. Instead, we got kind of an arched arm and a straight out arm. Straight arm does not hold anything, so this is the only hand that'll be able to hold anything. Kind of is what it is. There's not a lot you can do. But just a good army builder. And I definitely think you need more than one of these. As a kid, I believe I had 3 of these in the Power of the Force line. You just need multiples. Just one Tusken Raider. You know, what is isn't there a quote in the movie that they go in packs or something like that? That there's never just one. And you can't just have one in your collection either. You got to pick another one of these up at least. These are cheap enough. You can do it. Spend $5. Buy an extra one. 2 for $10. Talk about it. Got to get a deal. There it is. So that's the Tusken Raider. There's not a lot going on here. I mean, there's a little bit of detail. The paint apps, at least it's not sticky. A decent face. You know when you see this, you know what it is. You know it's a Tusken Raider or a Sand People. You know for sure. So I say it does its job. It does its duty. Is it the most articulated figure in the world? Absolutely not. It is what it is. But Sand People, Tusken Raider, welcome to the collection. You'll join your brothers. But now let's talk about the Jawas. We got a little 2-for pack. Got to get a deal. 2 for 1. I always love this in the Power of the Force line. You get 2 of these. There's a set, you know, where you get 2 Ewoks together. The Ugnaughts, of course, recently unboxed on the channel. I just love getting 2 figures for the price of 1. Yes, they're smaller figures. It makes sense, but it's really cool. And once again, there's not just one Jawa. You need multiple Jawas. You need a couple of these packs. And that's why I have 2. Got a lot that had one of these. Whenever these come across in lots, I don't feel bad about getting a second army builder. These are cheap enough. If I get another one, hey, I'll just add it to the collection. And even when I come across these for like $4.99 at a local toy store or something, I can't resist a Jawa pack. Very, very cool Jawa pack at that. So we did open up a couple videos back, a couple weeks back, the Jawa and Ronto, the vehicle from this line. Kind of like a dinosaur type creature that Jawa was on. These Jawas are very similar to that. I think it's probably the identical Jawa. So these will blend into that whole scene and together with them. So there it is. You got 2 Jawas there. One's a little bigger than the other. We'll unbox it. Got that Darth Vader logo up top. All the usual stuff we're used to. Jawa picture to the side. Not hologrammed on these, where it was kind of on the Tusken Raider. So I thought that's kind of interesting. What's it say about the Jawa? With glowing eyes and blaster pistols, ages 4 and up. Love these, and I remembered when I opened up that Ronto pack, I took a huge flashback, a 20-year flashback. I said, wait a minute, I remember that. Their eyes glow because there's a little see-through clear spot on the top of their head that light goes through to make them have glowing eyes. I always thought that was a really cool modern trick back in the 90s. And we had them in some 80s figures as well, but using natural, not having to put a battery in, just using your mind instead of technology to make things like that work. I think that was really cool. It's a little dated now, I would say. I'm sure if this came out in the same technology today, it would have a little battery in it or something that would glow their eyes. But I think it's really cool to have that clear piece on the top of their head. I just always thought that was really cool. Same card on the back as the Tusken Raider. We'll see what it says about the Jawa. What's their average height? Whoever wanted to know, you're going to find out. 1 meter on average. Hardware traders is their status. Classification, Jawa. No affiliations. And weapon of choice, of course, the Jawa Blaster. Which I absolutely hate the Jawa Blaster. And we'll get into that and the reasons why. Right off the card. See you later. And see you later. And then the plastic prison. The double plastic prison shot right here. Gotta love it. The Jawa Nation represent. I'm going to have a big Jawa army here. So it looks like each one has a gun. Alright. So one thing I don't like about this pack. Ooh, we got sticky. See you later. Whoa, right off the screen. That's what it's like. So we got different size Jawas. I wish they had the same color. One's a little darker, one's a little lighter colored. I never really liked that. Let's see, I assume this guy gets this gun since he's packaged closer to it. That's how I'm going to determine what Jawa gets which gun. So let's see if it fits in there. It's got a little Jawa blaster. I don't remember the Jawas using this blaster that the big one has. I could be wrong. Just dropped it. He's done. We're done with him. We'll come back. We'll come back. And then this one. So I remember this weapon, this kind of like, I don't know. I hate how they hold it. I hate how it looks. I especially hate it in the Black Series figures. It just, I don't know. It just doesn't look right. These do not have a ton of articulation to them at all. They got the arms, you got the head, and then you got just like a waist / ab crunch. Not a lot. Very similar to the Ugnaughts. More of a statue or accessory than a true figure. is how I look at these Jawas. You know what? I'm just going to open this other one up. We're just going to do that. We're going to open it. See you later. Just opening Jawas all day long. I've always dreamed of just a Jawa unboxing where I just open the same Jawa figure on loop just for like 24 hours. A 24-hour video of Jawas just being unboxed. Man, that would be an adventure. See you later. All right, let's get this big guy back out. Same thing as the little guy, just has that ab crunch, leg crunch, whatever you want to call it. The arms are up and down, and the head doesn't even really move. Oh, we got a little waist, though, on this one. No waist on the littlest one, a waist on this one. So there's a little articulation, but you don't need a ton of articulation for your Jawas. It's not like they were doing backflips in the movies or anything. They just stand around some droids out in the desert, and maybe they're a big sand crawler. If you're lucky enough to get one of those, I'd love to have one of those. Might have to deal with a backdrop and use that in this case. We'll see. You know, you mix them up with a few Tusken Raiders around, a few droids in here, and you got yourself a Tatooine party. You really do. You know, order the pizza, get the cold beer, get a couple of Jawas and a Tusken Raider. What more could you ask for? It sounds like a perfect weekend for me. So there it is, the power of the Force. Jawas, Tusken Raider is what it is at this point. But great army builders, and I think you can't go wrong with these if you ask me. These are very cheap figures. Blend in with your modern day Star Wars or your 96 or even back to your 80s Star Wars. These can blend all together. So I do appreciate that with Star Wars figures. I like that a whole lot. So there it is, the Jawas, Tusken Raiders. You liked the video. Tell me in the comments, did you have these, your thoughts on these, all that kind of fun stuff. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. As you know, we got Star Wars videos every single day. You don't want to miss one, so hit that old notification bell. And until next time, for the Tusken Raiders and the Jawa, I am Kyle. I will see you guys all real soon.